All right. Good evening, everyone. So, welcome again for another webinar that we will have for today. First thing and foremost, as we always do, I would like to thank Erante for sponsoring this webinar. If you're looking for a reliable broker that takes trading to a personal level, feel free to open an account at Erante Securities. Just visit www.erante.com or click the link in my bio on Facebook or on TikTok. Disclaimer lang mga bossing, do not believe everything that I will say, meaning you have to be subjective on what you're about to learn. Don't apply it right away in the markets. You should consider trading as an art and science. It's an art because you have to be subjective on what you're about to learn. Okay? Ikaw ang may control kung kailan ka magpipinta, saan ka magpipinta, at kung paano ka magpipinta. At the same time, or in the same token, ikaw ang may control kung kailan ka magte-trade, kailan ka hindi magte-trade, paano ka magte-trade. It's all on you. That's why it's an art. It's a science because all need to be done in a methodological manner. Meaning, gawa ka ng hypothesis, then you test whatever you're about to learn in backtesting, via backtesting, forward testing, creating a thesis, then applying it in the market afterwards. Okay? Know that this video is for educational purposes only. Past results will not guarantee any future results. That's why you have to be subjective on what you're about to learn. What works for me may not work for you. Okay, that's why you have to learn how to trade at your own risk. As a trader, that's your number one priority. Okay, to manage risk before risk manages you. Okay, for today's video, we'll talk about the two of the fears that paralyzes the traders. Last Monday, we talked about the fear of greed or fear of losing money in the table. For today, we'll talk about the fear of being wrong and fear of losing money. Most of the time, these are the reasons kung bakit di nagte-trade masyado ang mga traders. Well, again, two of the added reasons, including the fear of greed. Okay? Yung takot na mawalan ka ng pera at yung takot na baka magkamali ka sa pagte-trade. And again, we'll give you, just like the first webinar, we'll give you 4 rules that might help you to avoid or control or manage the fear of being wrong and fear of losing money. Pero pagsasabayin ko yung dalawang to because each other or both fears are actually connected with each other. If you lose money, technically you're wrong. Or if you're wrong in a particular trade, you technically lose money. Okay? Kaya ako pinagdugtong yung dalawang ito. Okay? So, quick outline lang na ating mga i-discuss for today. Again, we'll talk about the dilemma of trading. Okay? Before discussing the fears, I would like to tackle first some dilemma of trading that most often, again, not discussed on public. Okay? And these are the things or sub dilemma pag is or as we discuss the fear of being wrong or fear of losing money. Pag didiskusyonan din natin yung roots kung bakit meron tayong ganun na fear, yung pagiging takot na magkamali or takot na mawalan ng pera. Okay? And again, as I've said, at the last point of the webinar, meron tayong rules. Okay? May rules tayo na pwede kong ibigay for it to help you manage those fears of being wrong and fear of losing money. Okay? If you want to discuss or if you want to check our first webinar, it's on our YouTube channel. Just visit Trading with Garcia. Okay? And it was uploaded there. All right? So, first thing and foremost is the dilemma. Okay? Hindi po apples and rainbows ang trading. Okay? Well, I've said multiple times during the webinars, okay, na trading is simple. That doesn't mean that it's easy. Okay? Hindi yan puro gain, hindi yan puro losses. Again, it's of course it's part of trading, but then again, it's not all about those things. Okay? Hindi palaging gain din palagi. Okay? Hindi din palaging loss palagi. There are bad days, there are good days. Ang problema kasi minsan, lalo na if you're in a really bad market, okay, or again, in a very bad probability state of the market, the bad days sometimes really messed you up. Minsan nga ilang beses kang matatalo sunod-sunod. Sometimes you lose X amount. On my case, I lose about 10 to 11 trades sunod-sunod. Okay? So, again, it's not easy, it's not hard, it's just simple. Pero yun nga, it doesn't make it easy, doesn't make it hard. Okay? Meaning, it can be hard or it can be easy depending kasi on how you look at it. Eh. Okay? It's a business. That's why if a friend of mine, 'di ba? If a friend of mine, what do I recommend in trading? Most of the time I said, don't do it. Okay? Kasi mahirap mag-offer ng ganitong venture eh. Mahirap siya i-offer because it's a venture kung saan 95% loses in this game. And only a few, which is the 5%, which I described in the first, about the third or fourth webinar, na yung mga masisipag lang ang tumatagal. Okay? Again, it looks cool, 'di ba? Kasi madali siyang tingnan, parang uupo ka lang magpipindot. And as I said multiple times, para sa lahat ang trading. That doesn't mean na lahat ng 'yon will get successful in trading. Okay, again, it's just 95% ang natatalo. 5% lang, those are make it. Those who make it is around 5%. Yung 95 usually yan nagki-quit, okay, or they give up, or worst case scenario, naubusan ng kapital. Okay, only a few hardworking people make it, okay, and will have the chance to make it. Okay? And also, isa din sa mga dilemma ng trading is that it's a venture where you lose money if you are wrong. Sometimes, those wrongs, as I've said kanina, tuloy-tuloy pa yan. Na those are the hard truths of trading. And it's on your own psychological capability kung kaya mo ba or hindi. Diba? If sa tingin mo, kaya mo naman yung ganon, might as well try. Diba? If hindi, there are a lot of other ventures naman yan, like having a business or investing in real estate. Okay? There are a lot out there. But then again, we took the same risks. Ang pinagkaiba lang kasi ng business, real estate, and trades is that being wrong and losing money is quite frequent or more frequent in trading rather than those two other ventures. Okay? So, again, ito yung mga dilemma ng mga that's related to our topic. Ito yung mga dilemma ng trading. Okay? It's somewhat associated dun sa or again, it's somewhat associated dun sa if a friend asks me na maganda ba yung trading? Well, number one, yes. Theoretically, yes. Okay, but the path and journey that you will take is not that simple. Okay, there will be hardships, yes. There will be easy times, yes. Okay, but this is a venture that 95% of people fail, and only 5% are those people na already know it. Okay, already know how to play the business or the game of trading. Okay, and again, as I've said multiple times, trading is a venture wherein you have to relate yourself or yourself in making or losing money. And you must have the capabilities na i-relate na control yung emotion mo in relation to making or losing money. Okay. Now, if you have the capability to do that, then it's good. Kasi if wala or if hindi kaya, we blame ourselves eh. We blame ourselves or let's say for example, natalo ka ng isang trade, sasabihin mo yan, parang mali analysis ko dun ah. Parang ganito ata eh. What's worse pa if you're trading with a friend. You're trading with a friend and that friend won, ikaw hindi. And you tend to, "Hmm, parang okay yung isa, yun nga yung i-try ko." Again, it's more of a mind game, okay? It's a more of a yourself game, okay? So, those are the dilemma of trading, okay? Actually, these are just few of the dilemmas of trading, okay? Originally or relating to that, diyan nga papasok yung isang fear, okay? Fear of being wrong, okay? Mahirap magkamali at minsan mahirap din aminin na mali ka, eh, okey? In trading, we will be wrong most of the time, and that part is true. Sometimes if you have a good if you have a trading system, that trading system may be giving you around 40% win rate, okey? Masyadong mababa, okey? And with that being said, sa gano'n kababang hit rate, losses are quite common, okey? The fear of being wrong is the emotional or an emotional discomfort or anxiety a trader feels when their analysis, prediction, or trade doesn't go as expected. They feel bad if or nagkakaroon ng parang ah, hindi magandang pakiramdam, okay, na hindi napaka-komportable, okay, if something goes wrong, okay. Ang number one na originator niyan is ego, okay? You want na y you want to be right most of the time. If you're an egoistic person, as you're in trading, number one na magiging problema mo yan is this one, the fear of being wrong. Kasi parang gusto mo palagi tama ka. Eh, maybe on upbringing, maybe on lifestyle. Again, it kind of depends each on bawat tao yan, okay? Sometimes nag-o-originate yung ano 'to, yung ego sa trauma. Okey, nato-trauma ka na parang hindi magandang magkamali, 'di ba? And you have previous mistakes before na kapag or you have previous experiences before na kapag nagkamali ka, something bad happened to you. That's why you are wired to avoid being wrong, okey? Isa yon sa mga puwedeng, rason why you have the fear of being wrong, okey? Sometimes we neglect also the fact that we are wrong. So, ibig sabihin, mali na nga, pinapatungan mo pa, sabi, hindi, parang tama to. That's also kind of bit of an ego. Okay? Isa rin yan sa mga rason kung bakit nagkakaroon tayo ng fear of being wrong. Hindi natin ma-accept minsan. Hindi kaya confirmation bias. The mind seeks information lang that confirms yung existing belief. Ibig sabihin kung ano lang yung pinapaniwalaan mo, dun lang. Okay? And you will neglect anything that is confirming whatever you are believing. Pwedeng ganun din. Okay? Which again, creates an internal conflict or discomfort sa sa sarili mo. Okay? Kasi ang pinapaniwalaan mo lang yung sa tingin mo or pinapaniwalaan mo lang is yung bias mo. Okay, kung ano lang yung sa tingin mo na eto lang yung opinion ko, yun lang yung papaniwalaan mo or if may neglecting opinion, hindi mo papaniwalaan. Ang hinahanap mo lang or ang sinusunod mo lang yung opinion mo kasi sa tingin mo yun yung tama. And regardless if merong nagko-conflict, di mo na pinapaniwalaan. That's confirmation bias, which is again one of the hello, hello? Okay, nawalan ako ng aking okay. Others pa is, let's say you are a perfectionist, okay? Like everything needs to be correct or everything needs to be tied up at the very last reason. Okay? Sometimes if perfectionist din yung tao at mahirap i-correct ang perfectionist minsan, okay? They want or everything that they believe is again correct. Hence, parang ang hirap sa kanila maging mali, 'di ba? So again, it's all rooting to the fact that you don't want to be wrong. Again, it might be from a trauma, from previous mistakes, or something happened before that you didn't like, or again, something na happened in the past, you know. Okay? One more thing, by the way, is pwede din yung kan eh, yung parang gusto mo lahat nakokontrol. It's like you want to control everything. That's also one of the reasons why fear of being wrong. It's like you want to control everything or you have this parang dapat lahat nakokontrol ko or even though yung mga unrealistic or unexpected scenarios dapat nakokontrol ko. Okay? And again, those things originates from or those are the things that originates from the fear of being wrong. Okay? Pero hindi mo naman kasi kailangan maging tama eh. And this is one of the advice that that I can give you. Hindi niyo po kasi kailangan maging tama sa trading, eh, okey? At the same time, hindi mo din kailangan malaman kung ano yung mangyayari sa susunod, okey? You don't need to know what's going to happen next, and you must, accept the fact na the market is very unpredictable. Wala din nakakakontrol ng market, eh, unless you have trillion of dollars that you can trade in the forex market, millions of dollars that you can trade in sorry, billions of dollars that you can trade the stock market in the US, billions of pesos that you can use in the stock market in the Philippines. Kung may mga gano'n ka na pera, puwede kang mangontrol ng market. Though bawal sa PSE, okey, pero puwede, okey, okey. So, unless wala kang gano'n na pera at kapwa lang kita, parang katulad ko na sardinas lang sa market, controlling the market is a myth. And there's no way you can predict the market. We only just use tools to guide us where direction possibly or probably Sorry about that one for about a few minutes. Again, the fear of losing money is kind of dependent again if uh it kind of is dependent to what we are or how we relate ourselves in money. Okay? Kasi nga nasasaktan tayo if nagkakaroon tayo ng loss. Again, the brain is wired to avoid pain. 'Di ba? The brain is wired to avoid pain. So nasasaktan tayo sa pag nauubusan tayo or natatalo tayo ng pera or nawawalan ng pera, the brain will try to avoid that one. Okay, the point of trading is surviving first, then grow over time. Hindi, not the other way around. Okay? Bago pera, mag-survive ka muna. Okay? And again, I'm gonna tell you some rules na pwede nyong gamitin in regards to the fear of losing money and the fear of being wrong. Okay? And without further ado, here you go. Number one is win big, lose small. Okay? Or at least, 'di ba? If you win small, 'di ba? Or if you win small, win more. Win more. Win more times. Okay? If you're gonna win big, lose small. Okay? If you're gonna win small, at least win more. Okay? No, no, I'll try to explain. This is actually in the point of risk to reward ratio. Okay? In point of trading, you should be bigger when you're right and lesser if you're wrong. If it turns out that you are right on a trade, you should be bigger there. You should don't yun dapat yung mga hinahawakan nyo, 'di ba? You should hold those things until it equate your losses or your risk. Okay? Yan na nga papasok yung parang win percentage and risk to reward ratio table. Okay? If you're winning a lot, okay? If you're winning a lot of times, at least dapat mababa yung risk to reward. So let's say you're winning 80% of the time. Okay. At least your risk to reward ratio is around 1:1 or higher. Or 1:1 or 1:2.5. Yan na kasi yung pinaka-safest na balance niyan. Diba? If your risk to reward is very big, let's say 1:7, ang kalabasan kasi niyan is mababa dapat yung mababa dapat yung ah, mababa dapat yung win rate mo. Okay? So it's around 20%. Kunwari. The point that I'm making here is everything should be balanced. You cannot have a high win rate with a good risk to reward ratio. No, mahirap po 'yun. And after backtesting a lot of trading systems, okay, and a lot of thesis, a lot of feasibility study in regards to trading systems, wala pa akong nakita na 1:40 na trading, 1:10 na risk to reward, tapos yung hit rate 80%. Wala pong gano'n. Okay? This is me coming from a guy who backtested almost 100,000s of charts manually. Okay? It should always be equated. So mataas yung win rate mo, mababa yung risk to reward mo. Ngayon, kung mataas yung risk to reward mo, dapat mababa yung or consequently or correlationally mababa yung hit rate, okay, or win rate. The point that I'm making here is your trading system must work. Okay, ibig sabihin, if you're winning big, okay, if you're winning big amounts of money, you should be losing smaller. If nananalo ka ng $3, dapat ang rinis mo lang doon is $1. If nagre-risk ka ng $2, dapat ang panalo mo if manalo man yung trade, $3, this will defeat yung point of losing money. Okay? Mawawala yung paglulus mo ng money because, again, for example, di ba? On the first trade, we lost -1. On the second trade, we lost -1. On the third trade, we lost -1. On the fourth trade, we made $5, for example. Ano yung ibig kong sabihin? Every time na nagtitrade ka, tong trade na to is parang yung risk is 1, pero yung kapag nanalo, nagiging 5. Ganon din dito. Diba? Pag yung trade na to, rinis natin is -1, pero pag nananalo naman, +5. Ganon din dito. +5. 1, -1. Kaya nung nangyari, nung nanalo yung trade, did we make profit? Of course, we made $2 profit. Win big, lose small. Okay? Pero meron kasi mga nagsasabi na hindi dapat mataas yung win rate ko. Hindi dapat mataas yung win rate ko. If tataasan nyo kasi yung win rate, bababa yung risk reward. That's para siyang supply and demand. Okay, bababa yung RR. If bababa naman yung RR, tumataas yung win rate. Okay? That's how you actually balance your trading system. But the point that I'm making here is you have to be bigger when you're right and losing if you're small, because over time, pag titignan nyo yun collectively, okay, not kasi kung individually, may fear of being wrong talaga yan or losing money. Okay? Pero kung titignan nyo siya collectively, -1, -1, -1, +5, panalo ka eh. Hence, the rule here is win bigger than win bigger when you are right, lose smaller if you are wrong. The next one, if you have a fear of yung susunod kasi is, if you have a fear of being wrong, this is what I can advise. If you're familiar with the character in Naruto known as Shikamaru, si Shikamaru, kilala niyo ba yon? Yung laging tamad na sobrang talino. Shikamaru is smart, or that character is smart kasi he can plan ahead. Okay? And will create a lot of scenarios in his head and choose the best one. Pero hindi ibig sabihin niya neglect niya yung plan B, plan C, plan D. Meron niyang plan A. Pag hindi gumana, may plan B. Hindi gumana, may plan C. Ganon din sa trading. For you to mentally prepare what's going to happen next, let's say if you see a chart, you must have a plan if it will go up, if it will go sideways, or it will go down. Have multiple plans on each scenarios. 'Di ba? Yung plan na yon, hindi lang plan A, plan B, plan C, para at least naka-prepare ka. Naka-prepare ka kung may mangyayari man na mali, at least naka-prepare ka. 'Di ba? Preparing yourself in a virtual mindset na, okay, if ito aakyat, magdadagdag ako dito. If ito magsa-sideways, mag-aantay ako ng ganito, tapos magdadagdag ako dito. If mahuhulog dito naman, pwede akong mag-cut dito, tapos re-enter dito. Again, you will create multiple outcomes of a particular trade. Now, this will be hard if you are a scalper. If scalper ka, ibig sabihin dapat mabilis ka na mag-analyze. If you want to check the different styles of trading, can check on the link on my YouTube channel. If you are a scalper, syempre mahirap magkaroon ng plan A to plan C. But you can still have a plan A to plan Z during the time na before your trading session starts. Pwede naman yun eh. 'Di ba? If you are a day trader, before the day starts or the night before, pwede. Okay? The point that I'm making here is for you to avoid being wrong or for you to prepare yourself if you are wrong, dapat madami kang plano. Dapat sandamakmak yan na plano. Okay? Left and right. Dapat yan. Okay? Plan A to plan Z. Para at least mentally prepared ka because anything can happen in the market. Since you want to predict everything that will move and you don't know what's going to happen next, plan. Diba? Not predict na, okay, ito yung susunod na mangyayari. We cannot control the outcome of a trade. That's why you have to plan. Plan where you will put your entry, plan where you will put your stop loss, plan where you will put your take profit. It's a very, very good practice. Okay? The next one is for you to analyze if you are trading or improving over time. Kasi dahil nga sa nauubusan tayo ng pera or we lose money and we have the fear of losing money, at the same time, we have the fear of being wrong, okay? Minsan, naiisip natin na parang hindi tayo nag-grow because of multiple losses, because of multiple losses, because of being wrong most of the time. That's why in rule number 6, we have to talk about journaling. Okay? Dapat sinusulat mo kung kailan ka tama, sinusulat mo din kung kailan ka mali. And after, ito yung isang maganda, no? Right after ako mag-trade, journal ko yan agad. At least, the pain and gain is fresh. Alam ko yung nararamdaman ko. And this is something that you should look at. You should experience or even do. Dapat journal nyo kung ano yung feelings nyo in every trade. Okay? And then, for you to assess if you are growing, if you are controlling your emotions, read it at the end of the week. Basahin nyo siya at the end of the week. And at the end of the month, try to figure out ano yung common. Ano yung common na lumalabas? Since trading is 95% about ourselves, let's study ourselves in relation to money. Ano yung mga naramdaman ko sa ganitong trade? Ano yung mga nangyari sa araw na yon? Okay, things like that will help you analyze who you are as a trader and how you associate your feelings in the market and as you trade the market. Okay, again, journal every trade to realize what you did right and what you did wrong. This will really help you a lot para next time, imbes na nag-a-avoid ka ng trades kasi natatakot kang matalo, ang ina-avoid mo na is yung mga normally na nararamdaman mo before you enter a trade. For example, nag-away ka ng jowa mo, for example, di ba? Tapos magte-trade ka, too emotional ka. Okay? Tapos nagkamali ka ng trade, journal mo. Tignan mo, by the end of, tapos kunwari, multiple siyang nangyari. Di ba? Most of the time, yun yung nangyari, nag-aaway kayo. Di ba? Sad naman. Aray ko! Anyway, again, ganun yung nangyayari. So makikita mo at the end of the month, kita mo, so kapag nag-aaway kami, natatalo ako because of how I express my feelings in the market. Diba? Hindi yung malas, hindi yung malang ganun, diba? Parang it's how you express or your mind set or your mind status that time is not good, kaya ka natatalo. Then, using your journal, pwede, okay. If nag-aaway kami, pwedeng di muna ako magte-trade. Kasi hindi maganda yung record ko about dun. Diba? Or, for example, in a winning side, I win during this part of the day because I'm focused on this part of the day. Yeah, those questions or answers to those questions of yours can be seen in a journal. Okay, that's why if you have a trade, journal it right away hanggat yung pain and gain is fresh. journal mo siya kaagad-agad. And then it doesn't stop there. Hindi lang naman hanggang journal lang eh. You have to review that one. After you review that one, whatever you learn from that, try to apply it in the market. Then again, after mo i-apply, journal mo ulit. Tignan mo kung may nagbago. Tignan mo kung may nagbago sa performance mo, tignan mo kung may nagbago sa trades mo, di ba? The point that I'm making here is if you want to analyze yourself to avoid the fear of being wrong or manage the fear of being wrong and losing money, journal. Journal your trades. The last one is actually a psychology strategy. Okay? Losing in trading is, again, it's very common. But then again, losing or losses in trading, I treat it as a business cost. Losses in trading, I treat it as a business cost. In business, you pay for inventory, you pay for salary, you pay for rent or utilities just to make the business run. Diba? Para tumakbo yung business. Trading is quite the same. At ang binabayaran mo sa trading is yung losses. Okay? Kasi hindi normal na may trading ka na hindi natatalo eh. May matatalo pa rin dyan. But at least, di ba? At least, trading, di ba? At least, ano na yun? Trading losses are costs. Just like inventory, rent out there, there are costs of doing business. Okay? Kasama na dyan yung mga fees na binabayaran mo like spreads. Those are costs of doing business. Hindi naman murang, hindi naman cheap ang pagtatayo ng business eh. Somewhat similar in trading. In here kasi kahit onting capital, makakapag-trade ka. But then again, there are business costs that you have to keep in mind. Hence the losses. Ang maganda nga nito, yung losses na binabayaran mo, may balik yan na aral eh. May balik yan na lessons for you to use over time. Every time that you lose, if you journal, you will learn something from it. Again, it's the cost of doing business. It's the cost of learning of what to do and not to do. If you treat trading losses that way, then you can understand, and only then will you understand that trading, okay, is a growth game. Okay, it's not a gamble, it's hindi siya gambling, 'di ba? Hindi siya kung ano lang yung nafi-feel mo. It's actually a business. If you watch my video on compounding interest, you will realize na okay, may mga months din natalo eh. May mga trades din talaga natalo. But you grow over time. 'Di ba? You have to grow over time. And as you grow over time, hindi yan cheap. It will come with a cost. Okay? Every venture out there, if you get good at what you do and as you learn, let's say for example, tennis, 'di ba? Or golf, you get you need to pay something to get good at something. Okay? Similarly to trading, ganun din. As it goes along, marirealize mo na, okay, part ng growing up mo as a trader or growing better mo as a trader is losing. Ang tanong kasi, what are you doing when you are losing? Are you avoiding it? Or are you using it to be better the next time? That's a good question as I end this webinar. For the last one, ladies and gentlemen, we'll talk about the fear of missing out. And to sign up, just click the QR code I have here in front. Diba? Click mo lang po yan or scan. Sorry, hindi pala click, scan. For the next webinar, we'll talk about the fear of missing out. And again, we'll give you the last 3 rules that you can use to avoid the fear of missing out. This will be on Friday at 7 p.m. So you will, if you're interested, just sign or click the link down the description below. That being said, I hope you learned a lot from this webinar, and good night. Bye bye.